Hello, everyone. So it is still Friday night, barely, but it's still Friday night. It is August 30th, 2024, soon to be the 31st of August. The last day of August is tomorrow, Saturday. I got plans going to Windsor tomorrow. At least that's the plan for right now. It's going to Windsor and enjoying myself. But in the meantime, second to last tarot. Well, this is going to be the last tarot card to decide August, and then we go from there. But first, let's review. So, this was the tarot card for today for August the 30th, and it was a sword. Five of Swords. And basically, it says something about a conflict, and from what I remember, I do somewhat remember this one. So, it basically said about a conflict. And then you have to decide on, okay, whether or not, it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. Basically, you have the option of losing a friend or whatever, and in the sake of being right, you have the chance of losing a relationship or your pride or whatever, and doing the argument. Didn't really have any arguments. I had a couple of things online that I seen that I disagreed with, but I didn't comment on much of anything on that nature. Thought about it, and I was like, you know what? No. I just thought to myself, like, it's not worth it. It's never worth it. Facebook is just not one of those things. It doesn't matter. Social media in general, just don't argue with people. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. People will argue about the littlest things sometimes, and it, you know, and I understand it. Maybe it's not little to them. Maybe it does mean more to them. But sometimes I just feel like sometimes people just argue for the just for the satisfaction of arguments. Just to argue, just to belittle somebody, just to prove that they're inferior in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter whether they actually agree with what they're saying or not. It just makes them feel better just to argue with you. I feel like sometimes people do that online just for that fact, because they actually don't have to back up their words like they do in the real world. I mean, in the real world here, yes, you got to back up what you're saying, because now we have a face to go with those words, and this kind of affects your overall person, right? Online, you don't have all of that. You can kind of hide behind that little picture up on the window, on the top corner, that basically says this is who I am, but you can hide from that, because that picture is way, way up there, and who's going to look at it, right? So I can put whatever I want and nobody cares. But anyway, yeah, I'm starting to figure that out now. I used to argue with people all the time online because of, basically I was just giving my opinion. This is how I really feel, and then someone wants to argue with you, or you don't see eye to eye with somebody, and then next thing you know, all these people really want to do is just argue with you and belittle you just to get their, and it may not be to get their point out at all. It may be just for the sake of an argument, just for the sake of an argument, nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, so in that regard, maybe that card works just because of that. But as far as arguments go here in the real world, between like Angela and I or my family, we had nothing like that today, whatsoever. I feel like maybe we had no, not really. We pretty much agreed on a lot, and yeah, we communicated really well. We had a good day, no problems. that I can think of. Not really. I think so many car trips today. I was starting to get agitated on the last car trip, but I managed to keep it together. At least I think I did for the most part. Didn't kill anybody or anything like that. Angela and I are still really cool, so nothing to worry about. But anyway, that was the card. So now we're going to flip and see what card I get. For the last day of August. So this is picking the last day. We have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. So, being that it's another sword card, make sure, that's alright. But anyway, let's just see what this says for the Seven of Swords. I know a lot of times swords are negative. But if it wants to be negative, let it. Let's see here. Like I said, sometimes it's more or less like a warning than anything. Like that Five of Swords. Just kind of like a warning. Hey, you might be getting into an argument, so just kind of look out for that. But anyway, so we have the Seven of Swords. We have theft, deception, underhanded behavior, and cheating. Oh, and sabotage. Cheating and sabotage. So here we go. So let's see what this one says. Since it was right side up. We have signals some sneaky, shady business going down. You may feel robbed, betrayed, and if that's the case, this card encourages you to look at those around you and investigate their motives. Who knows? The hand that stabs the blade into your back could be theirs. Alternatively, this card can warn you to analyze the methods you're using to achieve what you want. Are you the one being, more or less, are you being the one that is stabbing someone in the back or whatever? Are your intentions pure? I don't know. More or less, are you being the bad guy, so to speak? Even though I don't think that's really what it meant, but like, even though you're the one who stabbed someone in the back, maybe you're the bad guy. Maybe there's a good reason for why they did what they did. I don't know. But anyway, I don't really see anything like that happening tomorrow, any way, shape, or form. Tomorrow's supposed to be a good day for the most part. Just doing my weekend cleaning tomorrow here at the house. At least trying to get done what I can get done before I leave. And then going out with my family to Windsor and hanging out there. Of course, there won't be much of internet there, but I can still get my phone out and do a video, maybe of, record some stuff and then put my video together when I get back home of my adventure to Windsor, I guess, because there is going to be a car show. And and of course, I think there's a carnival, but I don't think the carnival is until tomorrow night. Now, I'm not staying that long, but yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm kind of looking forward to tomorrow, see what I see, so to speak. But I don't see this happening because I'll be out with family. Don't really have to worry about anything like that. Girlfriend, I don't have to worry about her. She's cool. Probably the best girlfriend I ever had, so I don't have that to worry about. I seriously doubt that. But maybe it works for you. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from y'all. Either the card that I got for Friday today or for tomorrow, which is Saturday. So who knows? But I ain't gonna worry too much about it. I never really do with these cards. It's kind of sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's more like 30-70, sometimes it's 20-80. Every now and then it might be more on point, but I think it's just the luck of the draw sometimes, a lot of times. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at it from more of a scientific part of it. These cards are, I mean, sometimes they do get it. I mean, a lot of times here lately, these cards have been getting it right in a roundabout way, I guess. But still don't see anybody stabbing me in the back tomorrow. I just don't see that happening. I mean, maybe if I was working, maybe there might be a worker that might do that. But again, for the most part, when I'm at work, I pretty much keep to myself. So, and although I depend on a lot of my coworkers, the good majority of them, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. So, there you go. No offense, it's nothing against them, but I don't trust anybody. Unless I really, really know you, I don't really trust anybody. I trust Angela because I know her. Got to know her really, really well. I have no problems. I trust my family. And I trust my close friends, but that's all I trust. And like I said, close friends. But, like Jason, for example, or, Derek and Danielle, my friends Derek and Danielle, Dusty, his wife Kristen. I trust those people. But, like I said, outsiders, until I get to know you, I don't trust you. That's just how it is. And don't feel bad, I don't trust much of anybody. It's just the way it is. Until I get to know you, you earn. Trust is something I've learned as time goes on. Trust is something that is earned. It's not something that you just get. You earn that trust because of that reason. Because people can stab you in the back. Because people can be sneaky. Because people can lie to you. For those reasons, But that's, But yeah, but hey, can your own family members lie to you? Absolutely. Come on. I mean, case in point, and I'm going to tell you this straight up right now. If you're going to tell me flat out, like, well, my parents never lied to me, I'm going to look back at you and say, really? First off, what did they tell you about the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and the Tooth Fairy? Until you found out, or until they finally told you the truth, what did they tell you originally? What was the original backstory of that, if you will? I'm here to listen. Some parents, I'm sure, probably told you the truth, but some of them. And let me ask you this. What did they tell you when you asked them the very first time ever when you were a kid? What did they tell you when you asked them where babies came from? I'm pretty sure they didn't tell you the truth. Not necessarily the entire truth. Some of them may have, but those are doctors. Chances are. Or really well educated and that they're like, you know what, there's no point in not telling you because, it's not going to hurt you. Whereas other people are like, no, kids are innocent and all this and that. We can't tell you. And I can't tell you what I would do because I'm not a parent. So I'm just on the outside looking in at what other people do. Not judging anybody. I'm just saying that's usually how society works. I'm not telling, like I said, there's no right or wrong. As far as I'm concerned anyway, as a outsider looking in, I don't really see as there's really a right or wrong way of doing it necessarily. But all I'm saying is, will parents lie to you? Yes, they have. But does that mean that they're always going to lie to you? No. Are they always going to tell you 100% everything, the whole truth? No. But would you expect them to? No. But I will tell you this, you can still trust majority of the time, at least for my parents anyway. I can't speak for everybody's parents because not everybody's parents is the same. But I will say this, I can, for my parents anyway, despite the fact that, yes, they lied to me earlier on about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all of that, and despite the fact that they don't all, they don't always 100% tell me the truth, in that, you know, sometimes they don't want to hurt my feelings about something, or it's not necessarily that. I think a lot of it was just when I became an adult, they wanted me to try to figure out shit on my own. So because of that, they didn't tell me everything, if you will. They kind of wanted me to figure it out. So, but again, do I trust them? Yes. Hell yes. 100%. They've never done anything for me not to trust them. They're not always, are they always correct? No. But at the same time, do I still trust them? Yes. Just like my friends. Do I think my friends have ever lied to me? Well, there's a good chance they may have. I would say they lied to me, but there's times where they didn't tell me the entire truth necessarily. But again, a lot of times they did that because they felt like, being that I'm an adult, it was for me to figure out on my own on certain things. It's just, which I've done to them too. I'm guilty of the same thing. It's just one of those things where, like, no, it's better if I just keep my mouth shut. They'll figure it out, and once they do, then them and I can talk. But until then, it's just one of those things that our relationship is better off if they figure it out all for themselves. And then once they figure it out, we can talk about that subject. But until then, that subject goes on a shelf somewhere, and we can talk about something else in the meantime. Put that one on the back burner. So, do I do the same thing in the relationship I'm in with Angela? Yes. We don't talk. I mean, God, yes. There are things that I think she's just better, and I'm sure she does it to me. I think that as an adult, I have to give her space at certain times. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. There's things that she's got to figure out for herself, and I'm finding out too, in a lot of cases, that there are some things that she's got to figure out her own way about doing things. Even now, even though we're adults, she still has to figure out her own way. She can't do it my way. Who's to say my way is the right way? Because that's what life is all about, is making mistakes as you go. So who's to say my way is necessarily the correct way? Just it, even if my way has worked, it could be that I'm just lucky and that's why it keeps working. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm correct. So it just means so far it's worked for me, so I keep going with it. It doesn't necessarily mean that my way is correct, nor does it necessarily, even if it is correct, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be correct for someone else. It may just because it's just one of those things that just works for, something that works for me for whatever reason, but it may not work necessarily for her. So, because we're two different people. So, then, but anyway, I'm rambling. I know I am. But, that's just my thought on it. But anyway, as far as, like I said, as far as anybody stabbing me in the back, I have nothing to worry about there. I know that 100%. I'm going to put that card on the back burner and just go enjoy my day tomorrow. So, with that being said, but like I said, if this card works for you, let me know. I like to know. And if you are experiencing something like that, again, give me the comment. Because I'd love to, if you need, not necessarily make a video on it, but if you need someone to talk to, maybe some advice or whatever, I'd be more than happy to give you my perspective on it. Like I said, I may not be 100% right or anything. I don't think anybody ever is, but I can at least give you my perspective. That's the best I can do. But anyway, and I'm a good listener, so I'm told. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to bed. It's late, and I'm sure that's probably a lot of the reason why I'm just keep rambling. It's just because I'm tired, and that's what I do when I'm tired. I just ramble on until I fall asleep. If I'm in a conversation with somebody anyway. I just keep rambling, and then eventually I just wear myself out. Anyway, you all have a good one. Have a great evening, and I will see, or night, I guess, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's videos. So peace out, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.